Fucking deep itself. That clock rounds. All the fusion die. Most of our gold. From the root of God. All the fusion die. Most of our gold. Hey, what's up, brother YouTuber? It's me again. And guess what today is, motherfuckers? Today, as you can see right here, yes, when I was just doing my introduction, you probably saw what was on my hand. And yes, today I'm going to do a review on every single Cannibal Corpse vinyl record I own so far. Like, I'm getting more in the process, of course, but these are all my Cannibal Corpse records that I have so far. Each one of these I bought online and are fucking awesome. So yeah, let's begin. The first record that I have with me is the first album they ever did, which is sorry, I'm so excited about doing this video. I almost messed up the name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. The first album of theirs is Cannibal Corpse, Eaten Back to Life. And yeah, I gotta say, this album is fucking brutal. I fucking love Eaten Back to Life. Like, oh my god, there's like times in my life that I'm just like, I gotta listen to some Eaten Back to Life. I love this album. Like, the album, just the names on this song are fucking brutal. Like, listen to all these names on this album. Shredded Humans, Edible Autopsy, Put Them to Death, Mangled, Shredded Remains, Splattered Brains, Born in the Casket, Rotten Head, The Undead Will Feast, Bloody Chunks, A Skull Full of Maggots, and Buried in the Backyard. And it's produced by Scott Burns. Yeah, this is really a cool vinyl. I love their album cover. Like, I love how it has, like, just a simple zombie ripping his guts out, actually, in the graveyard. That is fucking brutal. Fucking love this record, man. This record. Because, like, my favorite song on this record would have to be Shredded Humans. And the second, I think, would say Skull for Maggots. Because I just love the riff on Skull for Maggots when it goes jugga 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 bum bum bum. It goes bam 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 bam. I think that's fucking brutal. I'm like, yeah, man, that's awesome. And I love when Shred Humans, like, it's the first song that starts out on this album, and it goes da 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 da. I'm like, yeah. And then Chris Barnes goes like, road, family fight, on the way home, having to do it again. Of course, just begun. I was like, yeah, man. And that really just brings out the vibe of how brutal this album is. I bought this on Amazon, actually, and this is one of their reissue of Eaten Back to Life, the one that they made back in 1990, actually. Yeah, 1990, when this record first was released. And I gotta say, I love the back, too. I love, like, also, if you look very closely, I remember seeing in a documentary, they said that when Vincent Locke was doing the art for this album, like, he, like, apparently did, like, some stuff, like, you could see, like, the Virgin Mary covered in blood, the skull that's full of maggots, like, which is entitled to the song Skull Full of Maggots, the Virgin Mary covered in blood. Yeah, there's, like, so much. I fucking love how it has, like, the cemetery background in the back and in the front, and I love how the zombie's just, like, ripping his fucking guts out, yeah. So for this album, I think I would give it an 8 out of 10, because there are some songs on this album that are just fucking amazing, and there's some songs that are just like, okay, they're good, I like that, they're good. But, yeah, I love this album. So, yeah, that was Cannibal Corpse, Eaten Back to Life. Number 2 is my absolute favorite Cannibal Corpse record of all fucking time. This is the fucking holy grail of Cannibal Corpse albums. This is the holy grail of Cannibal Corpse itself. And that is Cannibal Corpse's Butchered at Birth. Fucking love this record. This record is my all-time favorite Cannibal Corpse record of all fucking time, man. I love this record with a passion. With a fucking passion. There is so much brutality in this record that it makes every single other Cannibal Corpse record sound like something from the Wiggles. Because this is something fucking brutal. I can tell you that right now. Love this album. Chris Barnes, Bob Rusty, Jack Owen, Paul Mazurkowitz, and Alex Webster. I think Chris Barnes' vocals on this album were so brutal, I can't believe it. Like, the song, Vomit the Soul, I love how it has, like, you hear, like, two voices in one, and I'm like, dude, that is fucking brutal. I love it, and, this is my favorite art of all time by Cannibal Corpse. I fucking love this record with such a passion. I love the art. I have this on a t-shirt too, which I have like all the best Cannibal Corpse like t-shirts really. I found them all really. I'm just happy that I actually have a chance to own them. So yeah, Butchered at Birth. Love this record. Really, the songs on this album are just amazing. Like, listen to this. Meat Hook, Sodomy, Gutted, Living Dissection, Under the Rotted Flesh, Covered with Sores, Vomit the Soul, Butchered at Birth, which is practically the title track of this album, Rancid Amputation, and Innards Decay. Wow, really, like, Barnes really just, like, went a heads up on this album. Like, right when, like, after Eat Back to Life, they really just raised the bar on this album. Like, I love the back of the album too. Like, I love how it has the whole band on the back of it. That's what I love with a passion about this album. Really. And they recorded this at Morris Sound Recordings. Because Scott Burns apparently was the one who actually, like produced, like, all of Cannibal Corpse's records back then and all that. So, yeah, because of Morris Sound Recording. I think my favorite song on this album would have to be, I think it's Vomit the Soul. Because I love how brutal it is. And I love how Rancid Amputation goes, cut off an arm, amputate a neck, cover the birds, sever it in half. And I was like, wow, that's something else. And I love how this album starts. Like, it starts out like hearing Chris Barnes going, and then he hits, and it goes, and it goes, I'm like, wow, that really just brings out the intensity on this album. So yeah, I give this album a fucking 10 out of 10. This is practically the best album ever made, and I love it with a passion. Like, this is one of my favorite albums of all time. I would listen to this so many times and never gets old. I love it. So yeah, that was Butchered at Birth. Next one in the collection is the all-time, very popular for a lot of people, is Cannibal Corpse's Tomb of the Mutilated. And I gotta say, this album is fucking brutal. Because it has my absolute favorite song of all time by Cannibal Corpse, and that is Hammer Smashed Face. Fucking love that song, man, with a passion. With a fucking passion, just like the Butchered at Birth album. Yeah, really, I love the album art on this. Just like I did for Butchered at Birth, I love the album art on this, and I love the album art for Butchered at Birth with a fucking burning passion. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Tomb of the Mutilated. And I really love how it has, like, the picture of the zombie, like, literally licking the pussy of, like, of a dead female zombie. And before that, I forgot to say, I love the album art of Butchered at Birth with the two zombies dissecting that lady and taking her baby out. I'm like, that is fucking brutal. You see how the baby's hanging there? I'm like, dude, this is some fucking brutal shit right here, man. Oh god, this is fantastic. So yeah, back to Tomb of the Mutilated. So yeah, Tomb of the Mutilated, I love this album art. I love everything about this album. Wow, yeah, same things, produced by Scott Burns. The songs on this album are Hammer Smashed Face, yeah, the best song ever made by Cannibal. I Come Blood, Addicted to Vaginal Skin, Split Wide Open, Necropedophile, The Cryptic Stench, Intros Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt, Post-Mortal Ejaculation, and Beyond the Cemetery. And I'm like, holy Jesus Christ. This album was, I love Tomb of the Mutilated. I love this album with such a passion as well as I did with the other ones. But not really a passion. I would say, like, I love this album more than listening to, than Morbid Angel. I'm sorry. I fucking love Cannibal Corpse, man. I'm a diehard fan of Cannibal. And as you know, and actually I forgot to tell you, before I go on with talking about Tomb of the Mutilated, I actually have this album cover art and Butchered at Birth as wall flag posters in my room. I'm actually staring at it right now. I see it's right over there. Right over there, near my wall where my closet is. Actually, I can see it says Cannibal Corpse and Tomb of the Mutilated. On the other side it says Cannibal Corpse Butchered at Birth. I fucking love that. And you can like see both of the like album covers for the two albums in my room. So yeah, really. Oh man, I love the back of this too. I love how it has like. Apparently, this is the censored version of the album. Actually, in different countries, they have that, but and here we have this. We have the uncensored, which is a lot better. And yeah, I love how it has like everybody on this record. Actually, it's fucking amazing. The back. I love how they're all standing here. You see like Chris Barnes. You can't even see his face. He's like fucking covered and actually with his hair. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. That's incredible. Really, I think my favorite song on this album has to definitely be Hammer Smashed Face. It's obvious. I love how it opens out, like, all of a sudden you hear and I'm like, yes. And then you hear something inside me. And I'm like, yeah, there we go. And they say that no harmonizers were used in the making of this album. Like, Chris Barnes actually sounded like that. That was his vocals, actually, for this album. And I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, really, Chris Barnes actually went... People said that this album... Some people said, not me, and I don't agree with that. Some people say that this album beat Butchered at Birth because the Chris Barnes' vocals got a lot more guttural on Tomb of the Mutilated than they did at Butchered at Birth. But I like Butchered at Birth way better than Tomb of the Mutilated. There's some songs on this album that are just like, yeah, I like them, but like they're brutal, but like it's not as much as Butchered at Birth. So yeah, that was Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated. All right, the next one is everyone should definitely know this. This one is Cannibal Corpse's The Bleeding. Yes, this is Cannibal Corpse's The Bleeding. Practically an album cover art that Chris Barnes himself really didn't like. And I was like, dude, it's awesome, but I could probably see why, because it's not as gory and like brutal and offensive like the other album covers. This one's just like a bunch of people, and you see this one guy in the middle, like literally having all blood and like stuff on him, and like he's like decaying and shit. But like I don't understand why Chris Barnes didn't like this album cover art. He said he didn't really care for the bleeding that much, and I was like, the bleeding was awesome. I love this album. I love The Bleeding. I love it. There's a lot of songs on this album, The Bleeding, I loved a lot. Like take a look. I love the album cover art for The Bleeding too. I do like it, but the weird thing is that like if you get the CD of this album, The Bleeding, actually all you will receive is just this of The Bleeding. Like you just see like that. This is all you get. It's just that. That's all you get. You will not get the face. All you'll just get is like that little thing in the middle. Like that's all you get. And I'm like, just that? And it just says Cannibal Corpse is a Bleeding. That's kind of dumb because like I heard that originally the album cover was just supposed to be just this guy in the middle for the CD, and I was like, it kind of sucks that all he just did was the middle for the album. And I was like, why do that? Why? It's disappointing. Like, Vincent Locke worked so hard on this album cover art that all he would just use is that little shot. It's like, wow, you can't even see the whole picture. I'm just glad that when they reissued these vinyls, you actually get the whole picture. And that's the way it should have been in the beginning. It should have been like this, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And, yeah. So, yeah, I really do love the album cover art. And here's the back. I love how it has, I love the back for this one. I really, 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 really do. And the songs for this album are Staring Through the Eyes of the Dead, Fucked with a Knife, Stripped, Raped, and Strangled, Pulverized, Return to Flesh, The Pickaxe Murders, She Was Asking for It, The Bleeding, Force-Fed Broken Glass, and An Experiment in Homicide. Yeah. And I love how, I like how Chris Barnes looks in the back of this. It has everyone in the band, Jack Owen, Rob Barrett, Alex Webster, Jack Owen, and Paul Mazurkowitz. I love how I love how all the pictures on this album are. Yeah, and this was also, again, always, produced by Scott Burns. Scott Burns has, done, all of, Cannibal Corpse's albums. And I'm yeah, and they always record at Morris Sound Recording, which is fucking awesome, in my opinion. I love, Morris Sound. I saw, videos of them, them recording these albums there, and I was like, wow. That must have been something, actually, seeing them record these albums. And I love how Chris Barnes is just, so cool in this bitch. He's, holding a microphone. He looks like he's ready just to rock out and shit. So, yeah. I really, really, really love, this album, too. Cannibal Corpse's, The Bleeding is really one of those good albums. So, yeah, that was Cannibal Corpse's, The Bleeding. And before that, I love how the beginning, when they start out the album, and it goes down, 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 and I was like, huh. And then Chris Barnes, you hear him go, and I was like, whoa, damn. And everyone's favorite song is Stripped, Raped, and Strangled on this. And it goes, and you hear Chris going, "You know who I am. The hell you know is I love to kill. Face down, dead on the ground. Find me before another is found." And I was like, oh shit. I love Stripped, Raped, and Strangled. And the one thing I love about this album, Return to Flesh is another great song. It has a nice guitar intro. It goes and it goes, I was like, damn. Really, I think my favorite song on this album has to be Stripped, Raped, and Strangled. I'm sorry, that album, Stripped, Raped, and Strangled. Fuck, it was a fantastic introduction to this album. So yeah, it's really great thing of this album. So yeah, that was Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding. And last but not least is something I acquired this year, and that is Cannibal Corpse's Dismembering Dallas, bootleg 1993. And I can say, just like I said on my other review on this album, I fucking love this album. I love how it's a bootleg type live Cannibal Corpse album, of their apparently this was recorded during the Tomb of the Mutilated World Tour. They were practically Tomb of the Mutilated just came out, and they were touring around, and one of the destinations was Dallas, Texas. So this is recorded at one of their shows in Dallas during the Tomb of the Mutilated World Tour. And I was like, wow. Really, the audio on this is, just like I said, it was good, it was good, but it wasn't fantastic like the other ones I listened to and such. So yeah. I love how the album cover art is for this. I love how it's the reverse Tomb of the Mutilated. The girl is giving the guy a blowjob. In this one, instead of the Tomb of the Mutilated original. Oh, no, I'll show you guys. No, I'm going to show you as you guys can see. I'm going to show you the differences between this album and the Tomb of the Mutilated. See, here's the Dismembering Dallas, like bootleg Cannibal Corpse. And here, look at the differences. Look at the differences. Like, here's the Dismembering Dallas 1993 bootleg, and here is the Tomb of the Mutilated album. As you can see, it's the reverse. Like, in this, the Tomb of the Mutilated, you can see the guy licking the pussy of the girl. And this, on the Dismembering Dallas, you can see the girl giving the guy a blowjob. So, yeah, you can see the differences between Dismembering Dallas and the Tomb of the Mutilated, which I find very interesting, actually. I'm like, wow. That's really cool. I love what they just did there. I really did love what they just did there. And I can say this album is fucking amazing. The color on these records are fucking amazing. Like, it's like blue and black. And I'm like, whoa, that is some cool combination of colors. They really just hit it off with this album. They really did. They really did. And like, yeah, here's the front. I'll give you guys a nice good look at the front of the record. And here's the back of the record. Actually, yeah, as you guys can see, Dismembering Dallas, 1993. Yeah, and like, it's limited to only 250 bloody cum-covered copies. So apparently there's only 250 of these only available. As we know it, as we know, these albums can sell out so fast because of its popularity, and plus, like, it's a bootleg type recorded vinyl of one of Cannibal Corpse's live shows during the Tomb of the Mutilated tour, like I was saying. And the songs on this vinyl are "Buried in the Backyard," "Vomit the Soul," "Put Him to Death," "Hammer Smashed Face," "The Cryptic Stench," "Meat Hook Sodomy," "Edible Autopsy," "Intros Ripped from a Virgin's Cunt," "Shredded Humans," "I Come Blood," "Covered with Sores," "Innards Decay," and "Addicted to Vaginal Skin." So, yeah. Whew, yeah, like, it really, like, I love how it has, I love the picture they put for the back. Like, I just really do. It's a really brutal picture, too. I love how Chris is wearing the Butchered at Birth t-shirt, actually. Yeah, actually, I really, really love that. This album, I remember, like, I got this off of Hell's Headbangers. Actually, their website is actually, I don't know, maybe, still selling this vinyl as we speak. There are not going to be many around, so if I were you guys, I would pick this up if you're a die-hard Cannibal Corpse fan like me. Because when I saw this on Hell's Headbangers, I was like, oh shit, I have to buy this, because this was, like, amazing. I'm like, wow, Dismembering Dallas, 1993. And I see all the songs on it, and I was like, yo, this is one of those bootleg Cannibal Corpse records. So, yeah. And also, for Christmas this year, I asked my mom and dad to also buy me the Cannibal Corpse unreleased Death Board recordings 1994 from their Bleeding tour. So I'm really looking forward to having that record in my hands when Christmas time comes, because I'm going to look forward to listening to that. I listened to it on YouTube already, but having the physical copy, yeah, that's going to be even better, because, like, I heard that these are very hard to find. Like, these, like, are really, really nice, like, bootleg recordings of Cannibal Corpse's old, like, live shows back in, like, the 90s and all that. It's really cool to actually hear, like, you know, their, like, I don't know who recorded it, but it's pretty cool that now they have it on record, too. And also, they have Butchering Chicago 1992. I hope to find that one. Like, that one's pretty hard to find. Though I was able to find the unreleased Death Board recordings on eBay when I was like, oh shit, somebody was actually selling it. And I was like, thank God they did. Because I really, 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 really wanted that record. So I'm really hoping on Christmas morning that I get it. And when I unwrap it, I'm going to be listening to that album, actually, on that day. And also, I'll be doing a review on it, so expect that. Expect the unreleased Death Board recordings review on my channel. I'm looking forward to actually speaking about that album a lot. So, I think my favorite song on this album definitely is Hammer Smashed Face, of course. So, yeah, that was it. So, that's it, guys. That's my whole collection so far right now of all of my Cannibal Corpse vinyls, my entire Cannibal Corpse vinyl record collection. I can't wait to get the unreleased Deathboard recordings, and I can't wait to actually have a chance to listen to it on the physical copy. And also, I'm going to give a huge, giant shout out to my friend Ray Nunez. As you guys already definitely know, Ray Nunez of the Fun Channel. Because, hey dude, Ray, if you're watching this video right now, please check out these albums I just talked about and recommended for you, my friend, because these are some really brutal albums. You would love them. If you want to get into some old classic 90s death metal and like really get into like the really fantastic albums of Cannibal, my friend, this is where you start. This is where you start. Listen to Eat Back to Life, then Butcher Thy Birth, Tomb of Mutilated, The Bleeding, and you will fall in love with every album that they have. Trust me, when I listened to Butcher Thy Birth, I was blown away. So, yeah. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my friend Ray Jr. Nunez. As you can see, actually, in my old video, like in these, me and him talked about like how we joined the Brony fandom and what we thought about it. So I hope you please check out that video too. That was a lot of fun. I had such a fantastic time making that video, and I just had a fantastic time talking with my awesome friend Ray. So yeah. So dude, if you're watching this, please check out these records. You'll love them. I swear to God, you will. Please, you have to check them out. They're fantastic records. So, I'm going to end the video off right here. So, yeah, guys. Hope you liked my vinyl record review of, sorry about that. My collection of my Cannibal Corpse vinyls. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting the 1992 Butchering Chicago one if I can ever find it. And I'm looking forward to the 1994 unreleased Deathboard recordings that I hope to get on Christmas. I'm really, really, really excited that I want to get it. So overall, guys, keep it metal, keep it brutal, keep it awesome. Hope to see you guys also in my next video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and remember, always keep it metal. Always. And goodbye, and see you all next time.